Hello everyone and welcome back to the NomNomBros. I am Zach, also known as the Emperor. Yeah. And I'm here with another episode of Spore. Because apparently this game can be recorded without any trouble whatsoever, whereas all the other games I have right now cause my computer to explode. Predominantly Minecraft. I don't know what it is about the recent updates in Minecraft, but they have not been kind to my computer. Maybe there's something I don't know about them. But yeah, just gonna be building some stuffs here today. Not even sure what I'm doing yet. Murder first. You need to be tiny. People are texting me. People are always texting me. At least this one is texting me compliments. Lol. The eyes are gigantic. Oh my god. Every speck of dust would kill this creature. Let's do something else. Does that look good? Yeah, a little bit bigger. The eyes have to be fairly prominent. Somewhat forward facing, but not entirely. Wait, the ears are here. Gonna have to morph these a lot. Murder. No, that's not quite right. How about these? No. Enlarge! Wow, this year had stunted growth problems. Maybe the human ear. Although I doubt it. Yeah, this isn't gonna work out. I'm trying to go for more of an elephant type of ear look. I think this will be my best bet. Even if it does look kinda ridiculous. Whoa. Forget kind of, let's just go all out. Here we go. Taking a bit, don't move everything forward slightly. Yeah, that's good. That's what I want. Alright. Let's do that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any idea. Like that. No, actually, I liked it better with the bone kind of going horizontal there. Yeah, I like that look. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shrink that down. Duplicate it a bit. Let's do these. Those don't look quite right. Lol. I think the normal ones are alright, just make them a bit bigger. There we go. Alright. Let's see. What else? Deltoids, maybe? Whoops. I do like them having hands. I have just decided this. Thin that a bit. Triceps. Gotta be down. Let's see here. No. No. Let's give them stubby hands. Those are not quite the right type of stub. Maybe these ones? Honestly, the originals look alright. If they only matched the feet better, I'd go with them. Maybe these ones. Yeah, I think those ones look best. And as for the buttocks... Merp. Okay. So, what is it going to be called? Elephant Strider. Now let's behold my genius. Yeah. Genius. Right, actually, I think that this color scheme might look good on it. So in other news, I just got back from my uncle's house, hence why I'm recording. Been over there for like 2 weeks or something crazy. I was house sitting like a boss. But while I was there, I got to watch a ton of movies I haven't seen before because he has like 11,000 movies. I think the exact number is about 2,000 or so. But, yeah. Got to catch up on horror movies, mainly. It seems like my friends and I keep discussing them, and not many of my friends actually watch many horror movies. So, hey, I clicked that. So someone had to take one for the team, and it might as well be me, right? Yeah. I think that I have found my favorite slasher flick character. And it is Jason. Now don't judge me, but I think Jason is kind of awesome. Sure. Thing about Jason Voorhees, in case anyone was, you know, an idiot. Jason Voorhees is basically the unstoppable force of horror movies. He pretty much goes in and kills people, and that's it. I mean, that's what most horror villains do, but the way Jason does it is, I don't really care what you do to me, I am just going to kill you in a terrible way. Which is very amusing, even if it is terrible at the same time. Now, these are the heads I always use on this body. Let's use this. Yeah, duckbill. But, yeah. What separates Jason from people like... Well, first off, what separates Jason from people like, Freddy is that Freddy is like an abstract force, almost. You could argue that, well, not even almost, he basically is. He's just an incarnation of fear. One of many. He's literally a dream demon. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know, crazy. Like, he's just, I'm gonna be in your dream and then I'm gonna kill you. And that's his whole shtick. Killing him doesn't really work because he'll just come back. Jason's not like that, though. Jason is a kind of supernatural force, but at the same time, he's also just kind of weird. And that's what I like about him. He's definitely his own thing. I feel like that's how those feet have to be positioned to hold any actual weight. But, yeah. So when matched up against people like Freddy... See, Freddy is on the verge between slasher flick and true horror. True horror is more of like, you know, ghosts and spirits and demons and stuff like that. More along the lines of movies like Mama, or I guess Paranormal Activity would count. Even, what was that other one? Oh yeah, The Exorcist. Movies like that are what qualify as true horror, you could say. They're movies that focus around an entirely supernatural being. Even if they were once a human, by the time of the movie, they're definitely not human anymore, and they're some sort of spirit. That is definitely a consistent theme. Not all of them are necessarily spirits. Like I said, demon possession is one, but even then, demons are kind of like spirits. They're just slightly different, etc. But Freddy is kind of on the line between that, because he is a dream demon. And the whole thing is kind of like him possessing people. They just happen to explode into blood when he does. But at the same time, he's not really true horror, because all of the scares in his movie, by and large, come from... Oh, I love that face now. Look at that. That's hilarious. All of the scares in his movie, by and large, come from jump scares or the sheer violence of it. It's not so much about a subtle chill building up your spine. It's creepiness and it's brute horror. It's not very, well, like I just said, it's not subtle. So that puts him more in the slasher section. I like it. Jason, on the other hand, is firmly in the slasher, even once he starts soul hopping and becomes a supernatural force. Okay. I think the leg structure could use some work. Mostly just that, and elongate it a bit. And when you put Jason up against true horror, it's difficult to compare them, just because they're entirely different genres of horror. They're entirely different, like, concepts. True horror is slow to build up. You very rarely see the monster. When you do see the monster, it's usually possessing someone, and there's not usually really a happy ending. Whereas slasher flicks tend to have a happy ending, even if the monster comes back later and starts killing people again. But for Jason specifically, comparing him to true horror is almost impossible, because despite all of his supernatural stuff, he still just kills people to death as his main form of attack. Comparing him to people within his own genre would be comparing him to people like Chucky. That's a fairly popular matchup. It's not a very good one, honestly. The only similarity is that they both soul hop, but one soul hopped into a doll, the other one soul hopped through multiple people and went on a killing spree. So take that as you will. On the other hand, Chucky is... he's also kind of a different section of horror. The puppet genre is not really, at least not in my opinion, is not a full-fledged genre in and of itself. Just because, I mean, especially in his case, he was a human who became essentially an undead puppet. And I don't know, I don't feel like that deserves an entire genre to itself. Maybe you could argue that some types of the puppet genre do, but I've never seen a puppet movie that would indicate that that subgenre is deep enough to be an entire genre all of its own. So, as of now anyway, Chucky is a slasher flick character to me. And although he is interesting, I guess, he doesn't really match up to Jason in any way. Jason kills more people, kills them more violently, kills them better, survives more, and does more, just all the time. But there are some comparisons you could make. Why can I not? There we go. Between the two of them. The most prominent one being, they both come back to life in weird ways, often when they really shouldn't be able to. I mean, Jason's done it more and better because he's come back from hell, but still. I guess Chucky might. There's a new Chucky movie coming out. I still haven't watched all the old ones. None of my friends have any interest in it, and pretty much everyone I know just says that they're meh. So, I guess those movies are kind of an acquired taste. Focus. Focus. Booyah. Wait, no, not quite right. Another one that's really popular to put Jason up against is Michael Myers. Not that surprising, really, if you think about it. It's Michael Myers. Michael Myers pretty much created the genre that Jason dominates, after all. So, gotta give him both props. They've been very important in the same genre, doing the same general thing. And some would argue that one does it better than the other. I don't really like getting into arguments like that. I think it's more of a preference type of thing, which you like more. And why is everyone texting me now? I texted all of you guys like hours ago. They were probably all at work. There we go. That looks cool. But yeah, I don't really like getting into a debate between the two of those as to which is necessarily better. Because although they are comparable in general motivation and methods, when it comes down to it, Michael Myers is kind of a clever murderer with a supernatural tilt who tends to avoid damage rather than tank it. Whereas Jason is more of a damage soak character who's just going to absorb all of the damage and walk away from it because he doesn't really care. And Jason's more of the mindless monster at this point. He just kills things. That's it. Any depth to his intelligence has long since been lost. He's pretty much... I wouldn't say he's like an animal necessarily, but in some ways he kind of is. He's more of a machine. I think that's a better way of describing it. He's like an unstoppable killing force. Whereas Michael Myers is more... He is a force. That's something that's been established in the movies, actually. He's basically just a force for evil. There's some sort of evil spirit thing inside of him. And slightly off topic, but also on topic, Jason has crossed over with the Evil Dead repeatedly, and I would love to see Michael Myers do the same, with the whole force thing being talked about in the Necronomicon, and him being like an ultimate evil thingamabob. But that's beside the point. You can compare them, but you can't compare them when it comes to like actual character and which one is better or whatever. If you want my straight up opinion, I think Michael Myers has the better backstory, but I think that Jason is the cooler character and the better murderer. It's a flopper. I don't really know what to say. Behold the terror of the deep, I guess. Whoa. Oh, my dogs are barking. Might be something important. Anyway, though, I will continue talking about horror villains in the next episode of Spore, while I stare at this thing and wonder, what hath science wrought?